I took this young man, I put him in the back seat of my police car. I'm putting him in here. Watch your head, son. Got him in handcuffs. His mother drives up to me, to my car, in the parking lot. She gets out the car, and the first words out of her mouth is, my son ain't stole the car. I'm like, hold on, ma'am, hold on. How do you know your son's in the back seat for stealing the car? Say, he ain't steal the car. He ain't steal it. My son will never do nothing wrong. I'm like, well, calm down, ma'am, because you might be in the back seat with him, so calm down. Let's kind of work our way through this. And that's your son? Yes, sir, that's my son, and he don't never do nothing wrong. Then she asked me a question. Is he going to jail? I said, yes, ma'am. Then she said, well, let me call his probation officer.
Oh, wow, but he never does anything wrong.
Yes.
Wow.
Those are the types of things that happen, but let's get back to this. Okay. All right, we're going to talk about women's self-defense. What can we do? What can we teach you? What can we show you to kind of tip or level that playing field so that we are no longer victims? We want to be victorious. We don't want to be victims. We want to be victorious. I almost said amen.
You can.
All right, let me move on. All right, so why are we here today? I was inspired a couple of years ago to start a company called Guardian Protective Services. Prior to the events that happened in the church in South Carolina, I was inspired. I had a dream. In the dream, the Lord said he's going to use me, wants me to do this. I was so excited, woke up, my wife said the Lord's going to use me. She said, to do what? I said, I don't know. She said, well, go back to sleep then. I love that woman. That's my baby. But later on, it's revealed that I needed to start a company to help young ladies, young men, defend themselves, something to level that playing field. So we want to empower women through situational awareness, teaching you how to defend yourself. What would you do if somebody grabbed you? What would you do if somebody approached you? What would you do if somebody invaded your space? Do you have a plan? What is your plan? What's your response going to be? Are you going to lay hands on them? Or are you going to panic? All right?
So,
yes, ma'am.
Can you So, yeah. we had an incident
okay.
that occurred at a restaurant in Newnan, Georgia, with this young lady. This is my daughter, and
okay.
she's 17.
I'm glad she's here.
And we were waiting for, I think, to-go boxes, and she was standing there watching the game. This was during the last game before the Super Bowl.
Okay.
And she was just standing up. And some guy came up to her. I was sitting here. She was like this
right.
close to me, standing up. And he approached her because she was not paying attention. She was looking at television.
Right.
And apparently she didn't notice that he was coming towards her.
Right.
And he said something in her ear. And what he said was inappropriate.
Oh, yeah.
Because he thought she was an adult. And what I said to him, I went, as soon as he, because I saw
See
him.
the mother instincts kick in?
Yes,
come on now.
Did you take your earrings off?
Approaching, I had already jumped up because I was sitting down.
Right.
And I said, look, this is my baby. And she's a child.
Right.
And then he said, oh, he backed off. He said,
Right.
oh, I didn't mean no harm. I didn't mean no harm.
Get the step.
Right.
Get the step.
Basically.
Yeah.
And then we walked out together, and I did one of those things where I looked around to see where he was, to see if maybe he was still in the parking lot looking at us. I didn't see him, and then we went to our vehicle.
Okay.
But what if I had not been there, what could she have done to kind of deter him from approaching her?
Okay.
Scream,
yell, kick. Invite attention to yourself. Get away from me! Sorry.
That's good.
But elevate that voice. Your first weapon is your voice. Well, but we're going to do, after this, time permitting, right over here in this area over here, we're going to do a quick little demonstration. I'm going to show you some things. Good to see you, sir. All right.
Morning.
And we're protected because we have some of the best.
We have more police.
More
Woo-hoo!
police.
Yes.
All right, but just like you said, you are aware. We have to be prepared because we don't know where, when, or what is going to happen. I was in a grocery store, myself and my daughter, we were standing behind a couple. A man and woman were in front of us. A lady walks in. Well, first came in the door was a small child. He was about 3 or 4. 3, yeah, about 3. And a lady walks in behind him, and she sees the couple. And she goes like this. And she's staring at this guy. So I back my daughter up and say, oh, this is going to be good right here. Back up, back up, back up. We backed out of the line. She said, wow, Dad, that's a backup, girl. Come on. All right. Now open up the popcorn. All right, but the lady walked around, and she grabbed the guy, she spent him around, and she punched him in the eye.
What you say?
And I know it because he said, my eye, my eye. And then she went after the woman that he was with and grabbed her by her hair. Now, I don't know the lady, but if they were prepared and watching, I saw the whole thing before it happened. Now, how did I see it and they not see it? We have to be aware. And not only be aware, we've got to be prepared because we don't know what's lurking around that next corner. But when we're prepared for it, when you're walking in the parking lot and somebody's walking behind you, turn around. Can I help you? In a loud voice. Most of us have these cars that you got a panic button on the car. Hit the panic button. Somebody in the parking lot is going to turn around. And then the guy's going to walk off. Does anybody carry weapons? All right, now. There you go. She said, say it again, man.
That's right.
Your
right
keys.
See my finger.
Oh, watch out, man. Watch out. Where you from, man? You from New York?
Jamaica.
Jamaica. All right. You can put these keys right here, and guess what you got?
Oh, that's
you got
right.
a weapon.
That's right.
But I'm going to show you some things here in a minute that...
Some salt. Them little salt packets.
Okay, let's...
Can
Can I stand at this podium over here?
Yes, yes.
All right, be prepared. You're all right with me. If we fail to plan, then you plan to fail. Okay? We have to incorporate safety in everything we do. When you're going to get gas, what time of day is it? Is there somebody standing in front of the store? Every gas station has no loitering signs there. So why is this person standing there? Notice the posture of people at a bus stop. They're looking. Man, that bus late. Man, I'm going to be late for work again. You can see their posture. But what about the guy that just kicked back? And buses are coming and going, and he's just kicked back. Not concerned about a bus. The average person goes to the bus stop to get on the bus, right?
Yes, yes.
You know, we're able to catch drug dealers because they hang out at the bus stop. And we just sit across the street and put surveillance on them. And we see them walking up to people. And see the people like, hey, away from me, man. Walk up to somebody and they go like that, and then they disappear behind the store and they make a hand-to-hand exchange. We take them straight to jail.
Awesome.
But it all comes together with a plan. We've got to have a plan. Whatever you're doing, you're going wherever you shop, whatever you're doing, have a plan. And include safety in your plan. As soon as you get in your car, lock your door. If a guy comes up and says, hey, I need to know what time it is. Get you a watch.
Well, now it's not just the guys though.
Oh, yeah.
Women are doing it too.
Yes.
And they're trying to trying to bait you and
Yes.
Because I've had somebody to do that at the Wayfield supermarket, which I'm
In
not
Lithonia?
familiar with the area. No, it's in Riverdale. Riverdale.
Okay.
The lady was, I'm short, a little,
Right.
this, and I just kept walking. I
Yes.
kept walking in the store while
yeah.
she was right there.
All right. If they want to have a conversation with you, have that conversation in a public place.
Right.
There's nothing that we need to talk about in the parking lot. No. Say, hey, I'll meet you inside the store. You go ahead. I'll be there in a little bit. We'll go into the store and talk. Or, no, I don't even know you. No, I do not want to talk to you. Why do we need to have a conversation in the parking lot? Okay?
But see, it's kind of different in my situation.
Yes, ma'am.
As a minister.
Oh, yeah.
Of course, I use discernment.
Right.
But I always have a bold, radical look on my face.
Oh, yes.
That if you do wrong, we're going to go wrong. Something
Right.
wrong. It's the right way to do wrong, so don't do wrong.
Right.
I don't have a humble look.
Or
but
a passive
look,
meek and mild look.
Right. But I have to be careful because there's somebody that really needs help sometimes.
Oh, yeah.
Somebody really, you know.
And these guys, they need help. Man, I'll talk to you later. We led a guy to Christ in jail.
That's good.
On the way to the police station.
5 minutes warning.
Okay. Woo, wow. Hey, so let's move on.
We can adjust the time if we don't do the senator, maybe. Give
Yeah,
him 10
we can.
minutes.
We're not-
So 15 minutes.
Thank you. These are called the 5 P's. Or I call it P5. Prior planning prevents a poor performance or poor outcome. What prior planning? You know that you got to go to work. You know that you're going to the mall. Let's pick the peak times to go there, not those dark, secluded times. Okay? Call it P5. The planning, prior planning prevents poor performance. You know you're going to a job. You know it's X amount of miles. We're very vulnerable at the gas station. Turn your car off and take your keys out. Pump your gas. Put the dispenser back up. Get back in your car, and there you go. You're on your way. Unless you have somebody in the car with you, an adult sitting in the front seat. Okay? When you get back in, lock your door. When you're coming back from shopping, they might put something on your car that will obscure your view. So now your car is running, you go to back up, and there's something on your car. You get out of your car to go retrieve it, and that's just a split second that they're waiting for. Drive to a safe place before you take that flyer off. Or the wind may blow it off. Yes. Or if you hit your windshield wipers, it may come on. But then scan. These guys make a living. That's their livelihood. They're professionals. I never knew a 13-year-old could steal a car like that. 13 years old. Where'd he learn that skill from?
Them video games. I can't stand them. Them video games.
All right, so what can I do? When we start looking at the human body, we're wonderfully made, designed, created, this human body. But there's so many points in here that I'm going to show you how to hurt an attacker, okay? If you ask the average young lady where they can hit a man at to hurt him, the average person's going to say what? The groin. The groin. The groin. Okay, I know, but they're still located in the groin. So we're going to stay with the groin. So we're going to deal with the groin. But every man, since he was about this tall, learns how to protect that area.
Yes.
That area. But there's so many other areas. What about sticking? You ever had something in your eye? An eyelash in your eye. And the excruciating pain. Imagine you stick your finger in this guy's eye. Or run your finger up his nose. Remember, he's trying to hurt you.
Right.
The chin, the windpipe, the
Yeah,
throat.
the throat.
I'm going to show you how to give him a nice touch to his throat. Oh my God, it's so empowering. This right here, I was working with a young lady. Her boyfriend was a bodybuilder. You know them bodybuilder type? And he acted a fool in Stonecrest Mall. She hit him in the solar plex and dropped this bodybuilder to his knees.
Wow.
We all laughed. Like,
can you stress where the solar plex is?
Oh, solar plex is right here. Right here. And I'm going to show you. It's just, it doesn't even take a lot.
Now, you know, I did that to my grandson because he thought he was bucking up.
Oh, yeah.
And he flexed and stirred his muscles, though.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess there's a place that you need to really get.
I'm going to show you, ma'am,
to bring him
and
back.
your grandson will be cutting your grass.
Oh, he do that.
He'll be washing your car.
Yeah.
All kind of stuff.
Okay.
All right. But also the knees. A nice kick to that knee. I promise you that knee is only designed to do that. So I'm going to show you how to attack that knee, the shin, and some of you have these beautiful shoes on. Mm-hmm. Imagine if you stomp that person's foot with them beautiful shoes that you have on. All right? All right, situational awareness. Notice that she has her keys in her right hand. A firm grip on her purse. And she's stepping, but she's aware that this person is behind her. Okay? Now, these are just some statistics that went on the internet and pulled every 9 seconds in the United States. April, Sexual Assault Awareness Month. But notice there's a stat for men and for women, because men can be assaulted as well. These are some tips. I'm going to go through them real quick. Park your vehicle in a lighted area. You may have to drive around Walmart more than once to get a very good spot. Scan the parking lot before you leave the safety of your vehicle. Look around, see who's where. If you see people sitting in the car, on the curb, people out smoking cigarettes and all in between cars. Park as close as you possibly can. Walk down the aisle. Don't cut in between vehicles. Walk down the aisle. Plain view. Everybody can see you. Finish that conversation on the cell phone. Be aware of your surroundings at all times. Avoid strangers asking you for money. Okay? Asking for money, direction, whatever they're asking for. Have keys in your hand when you exit the store. Avoid getting gas at night at isolated areas. And the bottom one, have a plan. Have a plan as to, I'm going from A to B to C. What's the safest route? Was a guy that would ride up beside a lady. I grabbed it. It was a .38 revolver.